Boom. All right, this video goes to our lady in Port Harcourt that ordered for 80 kg dry fish. This is to inform you that the oven is already fully stocked, and at this point we are about to start the drying process. We have 5 successive racks here. Down the ones you have at the bottom are purely the heads. So it is fully stocked and the drying process is just about to begin. This is a masterpiece on its own. If you want something like this, feel free to call the number on your screen and we will process fish dry and send to you anywhere you find yourself in Nigeria. But as far as this job is concerned, it's going to Port Harcourt. And in 3 days, I should be done with the drying process. Yeah, I chose 3 days because I want to go into charcoal drying. I'm not going to use gas. I prefer charcoal. Charcoal is cheaper and as well very much easier and makes you maximize your profit very well. Alright, so let's get the job started. Boom. Boom. Now the charcoal is fully loaded. At this point, we can start the drying process proper. You can hear the spark coming out from the charcoal. It's just ready to be closed in the oven. Boom. Alright, so the stocking is fully complete and the charcoal is already burning. At this point we have to close and allow the charcoal do his job until it is totally finished, okay? And when it is totally finished, the fish will cool for a particular period of time, then we load it again. Alright, so what you see up here, just in case you're curious, boom. Yeah, it's a kind of barbecue stuff, right? Yes, I personally designed this because I want to feast on it later this evening. I spiced it up. This is not part of the client's job anyway. I spiced it up. If you check, it's a layer above what the client has ordered for. So I spiced it up and it is in a very, very good condition. In the next few hours, it will just be delicious enough for consumption. That's by the way. Alright, so basically the oven is fully loaded at this point. So we have to allow it to cook. This is the first stage of drying and it is called the cooking stage. And once it is able to finish its cooking, then we go to the second stage, which is the drying stage. Take note, all drying processes does not necessarily need to take up to 3 working days or 3 days to be able to dry. I'm using charcoal and I have all the time it takes for me to dry. If however you want to achieve your drying within a short period of time, all you need to do is simple. You can use gas. Gas is faster. Within 2-3 hours your cooking is complete. You put off your gas. Take your racks to a cold room or take it to somewhere where it will accommodate some level of cold temperature. By the time your fish cools, you take it back to the oven. Maybe an hour or 2 it will cool down, depending on the temperature of the surrounding anyway. Then you take it back to the oven and then start the second stage immediately. In the next 2, 3, 4 hours again, bring it out, allow it to cool again. And then take it over again. Take it for the last stage, which is the final drying stage, where it becomes so dry that it can last you for over 7-8 months. So you can achieve that in just 24 hours. It all depends on the means of drying you are using. If you want to use charcoal all through, then be rest assured that for you to dry effectively, it will take you nothing less than 3 good days. 3 good days, and allowing your fish to cool in your oven. And each stage has its own step, which I've already explained in some of my videos. However, let's watch and see how this turn-up goes into. And then also, not to forget, this oven you see here was constructed and designed by us. In case you need ovens like this is a stainless oven, pure mirror stainless oven, okay? So in case you need something like this, feel free to call us. We'll design ovens for you and send to you. And we will train you on what it takes or how to go about the drying process, packaging, and as well as sales. You know, and if you want to probably take your product outside the shores of Nigeria, we can as well give you that orientation, that teaching you need to get your product approved by NAFTA, hence recommended by all parts of the countries in the whole worldwide world. Alright, so basically that is that. Let's watch and see what happens in the next drying stage. So at this point, we have to close the oven.
Well, alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is
few hours later. That's the next morning anyway. And this is how the cooked version is. The oven is still quite very warm. I can feel some heat coming out from here. So at this point the fish has completed his cooking, but it has not cooled yet. You can see the forming of fumes at the surface of the screen. Now it has not cooled yet, so I started this drying process yesterday by around 5 p.m. and this morning this is 8 a.m. and the oven is still quite warm. Yeah, I don't want to touch the fish because it's edible, and I have to get myself clean before I can do anything touching. So at this point you don't also need to start removing the fish. If you try to remove the fish from the racks, you will scatter them. So what you're expected to do is just to wash your oil collector. Your oil collector should be very dirty by now. Remove it, wash it. When you're done with the washing, you slot it back, allow the fish to cool. Now the fish has to cool. I'm going to leave this fish to cool between now and evening time, around 6 p.m. So I will go to work. By 6 p.m. I will be back, and I will now put the fire for the second stage of drying. As we speak, the oven is warm. It's warm, so it's not cooled yet. You have to allow the fish to cool. After that solidification, because at this point the fish will be very soft. If you try to remove it, it will just scatter. So after that cooling stage, you can now start the drying process, and this is the stage where oil will start dropping, and you can harvest your oil to use it for anything beautiful or anything good you want to use it for. It's edible, it's medicinal. Pharmaceutical companies actually need this catfish oil to process some of their drugs and manufacture drugs as well. So ladies and gentlemen, that is that for now. I'll be back by 6 p.m. By then the fish would have cooled completely, and then we'll put on the second fire for it to burn through the night till the next morning. And once that stage cools, I can now continue with the removal. I will have to separate each fish from the racks and then do some turning and swapping as well. Swapping of racks will also begin tomorrow. Alright, let's see what happens later this evening. Boom. Picture of the oven. Boom. So this is how it looks like. Oh yes. At this point the fish is mild dried. Mild dried in the sense that it has not fully undergone dry stage, but at least it is strong enough to stop drying at this stage. Some people prefer it at this stage, and others prefer the drying to go a little bit above this one. At this point it is still quite not too strong, not too soft as well, so it is between soft and strong. Then you see them there. Just imagine how delicious they all look like, and very beautiful. I'm trying to resist the desire to start eating them because it's something beautiful. Now you don't need to wonder why the heads are here. You know, the heads are here simply because I have to swap the rack during the drying stage. So in the process of swapping, the head has to come up, and then the tail part and the beautiful setup. I didn't decide to eat them anymore, so I just allowed them to undergo the drying process fully. So this is how everything is looking like from the inside, and just neat and beautiful. So at this stage, the next thing to do is to simply try and lift them off the rack. If you check, lifting them off the rack is a little bit hard, you know, because it's sticky. So you will have to find a way to remove them without scattering them. And after doing that, you apply another heat. But of course, the heat you're going to apply this time around is not going to be as intense as it was from the beginning, so that it will continue the drying slowly. If the amount of heat is too high, it may burn your product, you know. So at this point, you have to apply little heat. If you are using charcoal, just like I'm doing, you can use only one of your charcoal burners. You know, just use one of your charcoal burners, and preferably you can position it at the middle, just on top of your gas burner. If you don't want to use gas for now, position it there and let the heat just continue small to radiate and dry fully. That is the best thing to do, because this stage is really sensitive. If care is not taken at this stage, you may end up burning your product, especially those that are at the bottom, because heat actually comes from the bottom and rises to the top. Alright, so let's try and do that and get ready for the next stage. Boom. Boom, everywhere is dark. I'm trying to light up the charcoal. So the charcoal is gradually ready for the last stage of drying. I'm only lighting one anyway. Boom. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so the drying process is complete. This you see here is a total of about 80 kg worth of fish, which has been dried and compressed into 4 cartons. Oh yes, 80 kg worth of fresh fish, cut into pieces, dried, compressed into just 4 cartons. And that is to say, each fish has been divided into 5 pieces, and that is to conclude that the total number of cut fish you find in these 4 cartons is approximately 400 pieces of catfish. That is exactly what you see compressed into these cartons. If you do the mathematics, 5 times 80, that will give you exactly 400. Okay, so good. So this product, as we said before, is going to Port Harcourt. In fact, it's leaving this early morning, and I hope it gets to her the same day so that she can pick her product and then, kick off with her business and whatsoever she has in mind over there. So if you're watching this video, you're interested in having something like this, all you need to do, call the number on your screen and get us posted. Tell us the quantity of fish you want us to dry and process for you. We will do just that and deliver to you just at your beck and call. Thank you for watching. This is Jolibin Fish Academy. Boom. Now the 4 fish has been wrapped into 4 cartons. And so that is exactly what you see here. Now let's watch and see what happens, what the weight will read on a scale of 50 kg. Boom. That's approximately 20 kilo. Yeah, 80 kg brought down to about 20 kilo. That's the beauty of catfish drying. By the time you dry, you lose good amount of weight. So about let's say about 60% or 75% of the weight got lost in the process of drying. So this is roughly 20 kg worth of dry fish. It was initially 80 kg when it was fresh. Don't forget that parts of the body were removed, all the intestinal organs and the slimy nature, everything has been removed into this from the inside of the fish. So a lot of things contribute to weight lost. And the good thing there is that at this stage of dryness, it can last you for as much as 7 months. Alright, once again, thank you for watching. This is Jolibin Fish Academy.